Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on location. Tonight we are in the beautiful suburb of Minneapolis, St. Paul, St. Louis Park, bringing you boys Metro West Conference lacrosse. And we're on the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's. They have the ball early on as they take on New Prague, their Metro Mess rival. New Prague comes in with a 9-3 record. Benilde 11-1. They've won 2 out of the last 3 state tournaments. Last year they got beat in the final after winning 2 in a row. This is their final home game of the season before sections begin next week. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports as we're streaming live on YouTube. And Benilde had a big night against Waconia just last night, winning big 20-2 or something like that. And now a nice turnover by Benilde-St. Margaret's as they come in all the way from way south of the Minnesota River on the road. And coming right in the shot and the save by the Red Knights goaltender, number 25. And the first shot on goal belongs to New Prague. And now a whistle and a stoppage. And now the Red Knights are in business in the offensive zone. Just underway here. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. 12 minutes on the board, 12-minute quarters here as we approach the 10.5-minute mark in the first quarter. Now with the ball, that's number 1, Dylan Popane. And now with it, number 34 for the Red Knights. That's Dylan Parker, the senior. Red Knights only 1 loss on the year. Now at the top of the key, number 16, Holton Vander Linde comes right in. His shot goes wide left, out of bounds. And it'll be picked up behind the net as we look at the replay. Dylan Parker now will start from behind the net, tries that right side, now comes back to the near side. Pass quickly to Popane, his shot misses the mark and out of bounds. So this is a formidable opponent as we look at that replay. Just misses over that crossbar, Popane. And now the Red Knights with it again on that far side, number 5, Hunter Payer. As they rotate around and start to get comfortable. Gorgeous night here in St. Louis Park. Strong winds out of the southeast, and there's a shot and a goal by Popane. He took the last one that just missed over the crossbar, but this time with laser-like precision, and I like the pass there by number 16, Vander Linde. Nice setup as he drew the defender in, and Popane, lightning quick trigger there, finds the upper right-hand corner of the net, and the Red Knights are off to a great start. That first goal coming with 9:36 to go in quarter number 1. We go back to midfield for the face-off. And in to do the honors for the Red Knights is number 7, Benji Watts. And New Prague comes up with it. Number 29, that is Cooper Diaz, just an 8th grader out there. And he still has it as he's trying to break through. Diaz being held up on defense by number 0, Will Connor. And that drew a whistle. And the clock is stopped with 9:15 to go, quarter number 1. And let's see if there's going to be a penalty on that. Well, the result of that whistle is the Red Knights are going to have possession on the far sideline, and that's number 22 with it, Jack Bourget. And now across into the offensive zone is number 2, Riley Murphy, the defender with the long stick, and he gives it up. Coming off the sideline, number 3, Sky Rolled. There he is, the captain. Rolled now, behind the net to number 5. That is Hunter Payer. Now to the near side, 34. Dylan Parker, now back around, up top to 21, Langevin, and now on the far side, rushing, finding and getting hacked from behind. A great defensive play by New Prague. They're 9-3 for a reason, and look at this guy, threading the needle all the way in the offensive zone. He's looking over his shoulder, and now he bends in, a nice play. Let me get you his name. Number 47, Alex Nelson, the junior. Great play from the defense as he goes back to the defensive side, and now New Prague is in business, down 1 with 8:17 to go And their first sustained possession on offense. Top of the key, number 15, Carson Myers. Myers now will try the right side. Good defense by the Red Knights. Inside pass, shot, and a save by the Red Knights. Second of the night. And the rebound all the way out to midfield. That was a great offensive play by New Prague, but the goaltender for Benilde, number 25, Axel Esko, making the spot-on save, keeps the score at 1-0 for the Red Knights. Now back in the offensive zone, coming off the sideline with the ball was Jack Anderson, and now behind the net. Beautiful night here in St. Louis Park. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. That's number 16, Vanderlinde. Quick pass. Dylan Parker loses it momentarily. Ball loose on the far side. Now gets kicked into the corner. And coming up almost to scoop it up with the Red Knights. Still loose. The ball getting bounced around like Perchenko out there. And now nicely done into the goaltender's hand as he outlets it to the near side. And another sidearm pass, and that misses the mark, and a turnover. Just as New Prague was doing a great job breaking that ball out against relentless pressure by the Red Knights. The Red Knights cause a turnover, and now they are back in business on the offensive end, and that's Holton Vanderlinde. Now he'll trot off as he gives the ball up to number 23. That's Jack Anderson right there, top of the key, much like basketball, as they set it up. Now the roll to Sky rolled, and coming off is Popane, who takes the ball on that far side. Now they'll rotate it around behind. Now to the near side, back to Anderson. Rolled, far side, Popane. They're just spinning the ball around. I think that just is a great strategy. It shows how good they are at it. It's not easy to throw that ball around with those baskets. Coming right into the shot and a goal. Jack Anderson single-handedly scores it at 6:03 to put the Red Knights up 2-0 against New Prague. And what a unassisted goal. He split the defense. He drew him in, then he split him and found an opening for himself, and then went down low on the bounce shot. And Jack Anderson beats the goaltender for New Prague for a 2-0 lead here. Now the ensuing face-off from midfield, picked up by number 2 for the Red Knights. That's Riley Murphy. Now he loses it momentarily, trying to get it back, and Popane picks it up like a Venus flytrap. He came right in, and that ball just sucked into his net. And then, meanwhile, we have a whistle and a stoppage with a timeout, probably taken by New Prague. No, the timeout by the Red Knights. So, Coach Giuseppe Palermo takes a timeout with his team up 2-0. And there's 5:47 to go in the first quarter. And again, the Red Knights have not played New Prague yet this year, yet they're in the same conference. And there's about a 12-13 game season, and the Red Knights have not lost since April 23rd against Bloomington Jefferson. As we look at Palermo discussing the finer points of their strategy here, even though his team is up 2-0, not a bad idea to continue to coach them up with whatever they see from the sidelines. And just looking at their schedule, the Red Knights beat Waconia on Wednesday, just last night, 24-2. Prior to that, they beat Prior Lake 8-7. Prior Lake is a perennial favorite to win the state championship. And then earlier, as I was mentioning, they lost to Bloomington Jefferson, another Metro West Conference rival, 8-9. So very competitive here in the Metro West Conference. And now the timeout is concluding. And the Red Knights will have possession with 5:47 to go here, quarter number 1. Starting with the ball is number 16, Holton Vanderlinde. Now behind the net to the near side, that's Langevin to Popane. He had goal number 1. Now he'll trot in to the right, put the move on, go to the right side. Now the back pass to Dylan Parker. Parker takes the shot and scores it. Point blank range. Beautiful eyesight there by Parker as he dukes the defender, finds a little bit of an opening and just whips it by the defender, the goaltender for New Prague. And Dylan Parker, number 34, off to a great start, as are the Red Knights. They're up 3-0. Back to midfield and the face-off. Again, that's number 7, Benji Watts. Going against number 29, Cooper Diaz, and it's controlled by New Prague. If you're a New Prague fan, they've got to get it going here soon on the road. They're down 3 already. They don't want it to get any worse. And they're just looking for some kind of offense. And here, again, are the Red Knights. And we talk a lot about how many goals they score, but it's their defense that really is the catalyst for all of their success, in my opinion. And here now is number 0 for the Red Knights, Will Connor, coming all the way in with the long stick. Just missing. Right there, takes the shot. He must have sprinted nearly 100 yards. And now the clock continues to wind down as we approach the 4.5-minute mark here in quarter number 1. And there's Dylan Parker behind the net, looking to make a move, comes to the near side. Now he gives it up to Sky Rolled. He'll put the move on, go to the middle, back off, good perimeter defense, and there is the quick back pass to Popane, and the quick trigger shot results in goal number 4 for the Red Knights right here. What you gotta like about that shot by Dylan Popane is that his lack of having to wind up. He saw that the defender was right on him. He sensed it, and he just did a flick of the wrist, and goal number 4 results. And you can't beat that kind of talent, and that's where New Prague, although they have the 9-3 record, have not demonstrated just the ability to do what we've seen the Red Knights doing. All right, now New Prague. Let's see if they can bounce back here at some point and get their bearings. That's number 6, Hayden Ungs, the junior attacker captain. And now New Prague. They're used to their success, so I expect them to make some sort of foray or run to figure things out here. Now on the far side. And they're wise to take their time, if anything, to keep the ball out of possession of the Red Knights for a sustained period here, so they're not constantly on defense. Anything to get their confidence here on the road. Now with it, that's number 3, Will Schmidt. Schmidt, though, and look how far out the Red Knights have pushed that perimeter, and now they're struggling all at midfield. And now a whistle and a turnover. So you wonder what New Prague should do there. I think they need to be really aggressive, go hard, and hope for the best, but they were just backing up there as the Red Knight defense was forcing that perimeter all the way out to midfield, and that's where trouble ensued for New Prague, and they are down 4-0 with 3 minutes to go, and the Red Knights have possession, looking for their 5th. Now to the near side, that is Parker. Quick ball rotation and nice anticipation, and the turnover interception by number 32, Cole Murphy. Boy, he saw that from a mile away, and he made it pay off. But now, again, New Prague cannot sustain their offense. And now, again, Murphy with the interception. He is magnificent on defense, number 32 for New Prague. 2 pickoffs. He's got a talent there on defense. And they just haven't been able to capitalize on his unique skill to strip the ball from the Red Knights. Keep an eye on number 32 for New Prague. Here he is against Sky Rolled, and he does it again. 3rd one in a row. That is not an accident. Beautiful talent there on defense. Oh, they just can't convert once they get those 3 turnovers. And he'll rush off, but my hat's off to number 32, Cole Murphy, the junior defender. Brilliant stuff on defense, something I've never seen. All right, now Red Knights, they have the 4 lead, and they have the ball as we approach 2 minutes to go. Now from behind the net, coming is Hunter Payer. He turns a swift shot, or turns another shot deflected in front. New Prague comes away with it again, and they have it. Into the offensive zone is number 42. That is Connor Williams, and the quick shot is wide left, taken by number 15 for New Prague. That was Carson Myers, and here he is with that shot. Although that may have been Leighton Schreibner. Sometimes I can't catch the number when the action is going that fast, but I'll do the best I can. All right, now Red Knights into the offensive zone with 1.5 minutes to go, and I know that is Dylan Popane. And just their precision passing, it's just a beautiful thing to watch. Popane now, and we got a whistle and an offsides. I'm not sure that's what the call was, but that was the physical signal from the referee on the far side that looks like what they would use in NFL football. But nevertheless, it's a turnover against the Red Knights, and New Prague looking for goal number 1 with 1:09 to go in quarter number 1. Now with it for New Prague, that is number 11, Cole Buteau, the junior captain. He'll try to set something up. Popane pushing him to the perimeter. Nice move back by number 1. And now the rebound and pushed out to midfield and picked up by Parker on the fly. That was brilliant right there. Pure talent there, right in front, and the goal. Wow. The pass from Parker to David Langevin, the freshman. Look at Dylan Parker, folks. Just playing downhill, as they say, and then going down low after receiving that pass. David Langevin gets goal number 5 for the Red Knights. That comes with 36.3 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Back to midfield. And the Red Knights dominating again. They scored 24 last night against Waconia. They've got 5 more here in the first quarter, and they're looking for more as number 0, Will Connor, picked up that one and miscued on the shot. And it's out of bounds. Clock stopped with 24.3 seconds to go, and New Prague grasping for answers here late in quarter number 1. Behind in the defensive zone, that's Connor Williams for the New Prague Trojans. And now another bump and takeaway by number 2. That is Riley Murphy. He's got 4 seconds. He takes the shot. It goes wide right, and the whistle stops the clock with 1.7 seconds remaining. A near miss opportunity for Riley Murphy. Now the centering pass, and the whistle signifies the end of quarter number 1. And after 1 complete, our score 5-0. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports, streaming live on YouTube. Stay with us for quarter number 2.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Back at ParkTV 16 Sports, beginning quarter number 2 of this Metro West final game of the regular season, featuring the Red Knights of Benilde-St. Margaret's taking on the Trojans of New Prague. And New Prague is down 5-0 as we've got 12 minutes on the board in quarter number 2, and the Red Knights now this time going left to right as the lights are on, even though the sun has not set. And that sky roll behind the net, and that misses the mark. And rushing for it and fighting for it and getting pushed down is the New Prague player, and that should give the ball. Okay, so I am not an expert lacrosse player, and I, for the life of me, don't understand why that is Benilde possession. It looked like that was an unforced error. And then the Benilde player shoved down the New Prague player, and they gave the ball to New Benilde, and I need to figure out why that is. I'm not saying it's wrong, of course not, but boy, just from a uneducated observer, it's hard to understand that play. Okay, now New Prague with it into the offensive zone. They have struggled mightily on offense. They've done well enough on defense. They've been able to get some turnovers, but they just cannot muster any type of sustained offense. Let's see if that changes in quarter number 2. They have a 9-3 record coming in, but right now they are down 5-0 early in quarter number 2. Let's see what they can do with behind the net. Centering pass. Misses the mark. Now the ball loose on the rebound behind the net. And here comes the Red Knights. And that was number 22 to scoop it up, Jack Bourget. And now into the offensive zone is Bourget all the way. Centering pass gets deflected in front by the defense for New Prague, number 41, Lincoln Jacobson. And 42 now, Connor Williams comes up with it. And New Prague, good defense there. Now with it, number 11, Colin Buteau. And into the offensive zone, getting bounced around is number 15, Carson Myers. Now Myers to the near side. He has it. He'll rush in, and we have a whistle. And they're going to continue on. Myers with it. He'll trot past the goal line, and now behind the net, being marked by Sky Rolled for the Red Knights. The spin move on Rolled. He pushes him down. Centering pass with a lot of pace on it for such a short pass. I'm not sure he was trying to get it to, other than it looked like number 9, Toby Blease. And New Prague will retain possession with 9:20 to go. Now to the near side. That's number 15, Carson Myers, to number 1, Leighton Schreibner. Schreibner now. As we approach the 9-minute mark, he's being marked on defense by number 15, John Robbins for the Red Knights. Now trying the near side, losing it momentarily, was number 10 for New Prague, Bo Eriksson. Now to the near side to number 1, that is Schreibner. And now again, look at New Prague getting pushed out further and further on defense. Now they can try to close that gap on the near side, coming in and losing it as it's poke checked and flags go up. Sticks are hacking at the ball. And finally a whistle as Will Connor picks it up. And the clock is stopped with 8.5 minutes to go. Substitutions on both sides ensues here. And you get a look in the background of this beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's. They've got several playing fields you can see in the background there. Looks like a frisbee, ultimate frisbee teams. They've got softball, baseball, lacrosse. Parking lot is full. They've used the synagogue's parking lot across the way. Just a great atmosphere in St. Louis Park. I won't use the words of our favorite Timberwolves, but bring yourself to St. Louis Park. It's a great place to be. All right, now here is New Prague. Near side, number 20 with it. Krochak. Shot. And meanwhile, there was a penalty, and on his knee on the sideline is Vinny Vanette, the junior. So this is a power play opportunity for the Trojans. With it, number 1 takes a shot, and it goes wide left. Esco able to maybe deflect it. Taken by Schreibner right there. Esco tried to scoop it up, but it was wide left. Okay, New Prague retains possession, and there Schreibner misses it, and that's going to cost him unless they can come up with it, and they do with it. But look at he gets accosted and hit from behind. That is the Malachi Crunch, if you remember the old happy days, as Benilde, the relentless defense. And again, that is exhibit A of how good their defense is and how it results in goals, as now they're on the offensive end. not only does it give them possession, it gives them psychological momentum, right? When you turn the ball over, you want to make the other side pay, whatever sport it is, in air and baseball, a penalty in football, and right here in lacrosse, a turnover in basketball. You get the turnover and you score. That just is a double negative emotionally for your opponent. And the Red Knights now looking for their first goal here in quarter number 2, as now we're approaching 6.5 minutes to go before halftime. Red Knights, they had 5 in the first quarter, but no score from them in quarter number 2. Let's see how long that lasts. Here comes Rold. He tries the middle. The shot goes wide left. As the goaltender, number 35, that is Garrett Berg, the junior, watches that right by him. All right, play back underway. Red Knights with it, top of the key, number 23, Anderson. He turns, now to Popane, to Hunter Pear. Pear now with it. Far side. Anderson, now to Rold. Under 6 to go now. Quarter number 2, halftime coming up. Rolled shot, goes just wide left. We had the perfect camera angle right there. He missed it by about a foot. You could see the ball had a little spin on it. Almost like a right to left slider in baseball. All right, now here comes Popane. They like to run up. It's almost like a running back. There's so many aspects of all the different sports that is rolled up into one with lacrosse, hockey, soccer, basketball, football, all of it. All right, rolled, shot, save by number 35, Garrett Berg, and a nice save by him keeps the score at 5-0. And now again, outlet pass, nicely done to number 42, Connor Williams, and now they run into trouble in the offensive end as they run into that big red machine defense, and now pushing it, coming up with it with the long stick, and the save by Berg. That was a brilliant save with the right foot. Now the rebound, and it hits number 2, no, that is Riley Murphy. It was Murphy that came with the shot. Berg made the save. Then the ensuing rebound shot hit Berg behind the net, and now New Prague's in the offensive zone, and they seem to be playing downhill. I'm surprised they didn't go forward there. Number 15 with the ball. I would have. Carson Myers. You don't want to get the Red Knight defense to set up, and there they sort of had the Red Knight defense compromised, and I would have just gone for that net. And now they're coming back, and they're going to set up their offense, but this is where they struggle against the Red Knight defense, at least from my humble point of view up here in the press box. Let's see if they can prove me wrong here, but this is, boy, they're just on the perimeter. Now they lose control, and they are playing into the teeth of the Red Knights defense, aren't they? Oh, they come away with it, though. That is Schreibner. Nice pass in front, and the shot of the goal. Just as I spoke too soon, I get proven wrong, and the goal by number 6, Hayden Ungs. And what did the doctor order for these Trojans? Just when I thought the Red Knights were going to take it back, that was a brilliant pass in the slot, and he did not hesitate, did he? Hayden Ungs, and that's how you play sports. You just got to let it go. The more you think, the less things work out in sports, and right there, that was a brilliant play. 5-1 now, 3:55 to go, quarter number 2. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us as we are streaming live on YouTube and New Prague with a little bit of life here and a push from behind. And play goes on. Now Dylan Parker, and we'll see. This may waken up the Red Knights, even though they're up 5-1 now. They have not scored in this quarter. And now a little bit of a miscue as the ball was attempted to get to Charlie Thorpe, but he picks it up. Now the wing pass to Popane, and he tried to sidewind it, but it floats over the crossbar right here, Popane. And the sharpshooter, number 1, couldn't quite find the net there. And meanwhile, the Red Knights retain possession as we are nearing the 3-minute mark here in quarter number 2. Now with it, Thorpe from the top of the key to Popane. He'll try it again, and this time blocked by Berg. The New Prague goaltenders had a great second quarter here. He's kept the Red Knights off the board, and we're now under 3 minutes to go. And with it, Dylan Popane, try the right side, and good defense again, this time by number 41 for New Prague, Lincoln Jacobson. They do have skill there on defense. They just have struggled on the offensive end. And testament to that is they've kept the Red Knights to only 5 goals. They scored 24 last night against Waconia. All right, right in front and a miscue, and that would have been a wide open opportunity for number 16, Vander Linde, and they just couldn't connect. And now a whistle and a timeout taken by the Red Knights. And I don't think Coach Giuseppe Palermo liked that pass, and that caused him to call that timeout with 2:21 to go. His team has not scored in the second quarter. So 5-1 with 2:21 to go, and let's look at the Red Knights schedule. Look at what's going on. W, 16 goals. W against Chaska, 22 goals. Lakeville South, they are a power in boys lacrosse, 9-8. Stillwater, another power, 10-9. Moorhead, they had their way. Chanhassen, they had their way. Prior Lake, another power. Waconia. So when these Red Knights get to the sections, and they are going to the state tournament unless there's some miraculous upset, not to jinx them, but then they're going to run into some great competition, aren't they? They're going to see South. They're going to see Stillwater, and they may see Bloomington Jefferson along the way, who they gave them their only loss. But right now, they are maintaining a solid lead, 5-1, but not a dominating lead. Only 5 goals so far. All right, back to live action. Just a gorgeous day all day today. Mid-70s, low humidity, nice breeze. We've had a lot of rain. Spring has sprung, as they say. And now here come the Trojans of New Prague from that timeout. It was taken by Benilde. And again, they have not scored here in quarter number 2, and that really is the question mark, isn't it? And if the Trojans can keep the Red Knights off the board here for the rest of the half, that would be my rallying cry at halftime if I was their coach. It's like, hey, they're all done scoring. We figured out how to score. Let's keep coming. But let's see what the Red Knights do. They don't want to give them that psychological momentum, and a goal here would definitely put a dent into that. Okay, here's Dylan Popane. And believe me, he wants to make that happen. And there's good defense by New Prague. They do have good defense. And now again, into the front offensive zone was number 42, Connor Williams. And now we have another whistle and a timeout taken by New Prague. And that would be to be expected. Now with 1:52 to go, New Prague has possession, and I am sure that Coach Paul Newton senses the opportunity here and how important and what it would mean to his team if they could get a second goal here before halftime and go in just down 3 after giving up 5 in the first quarter. And now we'll place our cameras on a nice crowd here on hand. Parking lot completely jam-packed into the overflow auxiliary parking lot across the street. Just lots of things going on here. I think there's a baseball game. There's frisbee going in the backyard over there. And there's, what's going on? Baseball, volleyball. Wow. So all kind, oh yeah, boys volleyball. Yep, that's a new sport. Paul, when are we start doing those matches? Next year, maybe. Next year it'll be sanctioned. We'll bring you boys volleyball. That'll be a cool thing for them. I used to play a little volleyball. It never was a sanctioned high school sport when I grew up. So good for those guys to get that going, and that promises to be great sports entertainment. Meanwhile, with 1.5 minutes to go, New Prague, following that timeout, promptly gives the ball back up to the Red Knights, and now they want to make their mark here in quarter number 2 as the clock winds down, and another great defensive play by number 11 for the Trojans, Colin Buteau, as he takes abuse from behind. And 11 with it. Buteau comes into the offensive zone with 1:07 to go. And now, despite giving up that turnover following the timeout, they still have a chance to cut the deficit to 3. Under a minute to go, 56 seconds and counting. And trotting on the near side is Carson Myers. Now Myers looking. I'd like to see New Prague get a little more aggressive here. They just seem too content to walk around, and they might be just milking the clock here. They certainly don't want to let the Red Knights have an opportunity to score, and I do think that's of utmost importance if you are strategizing for the Trojans. Now with it, number 15, Myers gets pushed back. Now with 25 seconds to go, somebody needs to be a kamikaze agent and break through that defense. And inside, and they give it up to Esco. And that's exactly what they tried. Didn't work out. Now 13 seconds, and the Red Knights, long pass down and wide open in the middle. Hits number 15. That is Robbins. Comes right in, and that's exactly what the Trojans did not want to happen. And wide open they left, number 15, John Robbins. And that goal, number 6, comes with 4 seconds remaining in the half as he got it ahead to lights out Dylan Parker, the senior. And that was just brilliant lacrosse on offense, wasn't it? That throw, that pass came from deep in their defensive zone. They hit a almost like football, wide open wide receiver going down the middle of the field on a post pattern. And then they found Dylan Parker for that 6th goal. So after halftime, 2 quarters complete here. Our score 6-1. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Stay with us for half number 2.
In Iraq, our truck hit a roadside bomb. I had about 16 surgeries on my hand so that I could regain function. And when I came home, I needed a new roof due to a storm. And my electrical was deemed unsafe. And I was about to lose homeowner's insurance as well. I didn't really know where to go in order to get help. And so I applied for Operation Homefront Critical Financial Assistance Program. They've really been a blessing. Operation Homefront is a safety net. A lot of veterans, they fall through the cracks sometimes, and Operation Homefront, they catch us. It's been a blessing to us. It's a blessing to other veteran families, and it's good to know that when we come home, there are people who are there that care about us and want to see us do well and want to see us succeed, and we feel it, and we appreciate that. I would say you guys are angels behind closed doors.
Back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you Metro West Boys Lacrosse, and we're about to begin quarter number 3, and we are looking at midfield, and you are looking live on a gorgeous evening here in late May, Memorial Weekend coming up. And you get the feeling that everyone's sort of on vacation and they're just enjoying a lovely evening here. Light winds out of the southeast, 70 degrees, and we're about to begin half number 2. And to recap half number 1, the Red Knights had 5 goals. They led 5-0 after quarter number 1. New Prague put a kibosh on the scoring, and they got one of their own, and so we're at 6-1, although the Red Knights did get one with 4 seconds. So 6-1 our score, and the Red Knights going right to left are back in business on offense. They came in with an 11-1 record. New Prague in also the Metro West Conference, 9-3. So a big rivalry here as the Trojans came all the way up. They're about 45, 50 miles to the south. And they are looking for some offense, but right now the Red Knights early in the quarter number 3 have the ball and a 5-goal lead. Now on the far side as they whip the ball around here, getting warmed up in quarter number 3. So they have to be concerned about the fact that they only scored 1 goal in quarter number 3, and they're used to scoring in double digits. All right, now here is Popane, spin move, and good defense by New Prague, and the back pass misses the mark, and an unforced error. That might have been a forced error. Good defense by New Prague on display. And now in the corner, getting it For New Prague is number 4. And he gives it up to the goaltender. That's Garrick Berg, and he'll trot it up as they sometimes like to do, and he brings it all the way into the offensive zone. Here is the goaltender, Berg. Quick pass in front, and I like that, and I'm surprised he didn't just go all the way in. I love that move by Berg. He went 90 yards down the field, and then I think he should have put on the afterburners and just went right for the net and tried to score it on his own. Instead, he passed it, and it resulted in a turnover. Easy for me to say up here in a press box, having never played the game, but I certainly like that strategy. He just trotted, and everyone let him go. He was right there on the doorstep. Meanwhile, Red Knights now with it. 10 minutes to go in quarter number 3, and they are taking their sweet time with it. Number 16, Holton Vanderlinde. Okay, waiting for that man right there, Dylan Popane, who he gives the ball up to. He comes in with all that speed off the sideline, and now behind the net, and being guarded closely by number 5, that is Hayden Braith, and a quick goal, and I was just looking down, and that is Dylan Popane. And it appears he got that goal. Let's see the replay. It also helps out the announcer. As I look at that, he came on the short side, and he got the goaltender, Berg, to lean left, and he went right in. And Dylan Popane is a superior lacrosse player as he comes off the field. His second goal tonight and getting congratulations. And that was a much-needed goal for the Red Knights. Only their second since way back in quarter number 1. But a good start for them in quarter number 3, and now they have possession of the ball following the midfield face-off, and now Sky rolled with a head of steam. Coming right down the middle, takes a shot at another goal. And just like that, 2 goals within 10 seconds. This time Sky rolled follows up, and I have to wonder whether or not the fact that they only scored 1 goal with 4 seconds remaining in quarter number 2 kind of lit a fire under them. I know if I would have been the Red Knight coach, I would have implored them, like, this is unacceptable, and you cannot let up on any team. And now they are off to a great start here in quarter number 3 with 2 consecutive goals. They bumped their lead up now by 7 to 8-1. Now back to midfield and the center circle and the face-off, as the Red Knights are honing their skills here as sections are up next and winning that face-off. And New Prague has won a fair number of the face-offs, and here they have it. They just have not been able to sustain what I want to call the half-court offense, only because it's a basketball reference, half-field offense, but half-court seems to resonate. And there again, they just cannot set up a half-court offense, can they? All right, now here comes the Red Knights, and they are on the fly. Dylan Parker, as he'll back up on this left wing as he gives it up to number 21. That is David Langevin. Now Jack Anderson at the top of the key is rolled, strolls off, and coming back in is number 16 who receives the ball. That is Vanderlinde. He comes in on the right side with a head of steam, has to give it up. Good perimeter defense by the Trojans. Now on the near side, back up to the top of the key, Jack Anderson. He'll try it like a point guard trying to drive the lane. Has to pass it off to the right side, and the nifty goal to Dylan Parker, who took that pass on that far right side with a narrow angle, but he went low. And there was the quick flick of the wrist pass, and then another flick of the wrist as he went low. So many ways to score here. I think about arm angles, or I guess you would say stick angles, and they can come from everywhere. I think the toughest job in lacrosse is the goaltender, by far. All right, now back to the center. I'd rather be a soccer goaltender. There's just so many different angles and nuances where that ball, and then it's coming at wicked fast pace at a very short proximity oftentimes. And it takes a special person to play goaltender in boys lacrosse, or any lacrosse, at least from my perspective. Okay, now 9-1 our score. 8:05 to go in quarter number 3. And the Red Knights comfortably in front with an 11-1 record. Looking to close out their regular season. They'll be a number 1 seed for sure. And now inside, and it's picked up by Garrick Berg, the junior goaltender, outlet pass, misses the mark, but no one around to capitalize, and now rushing with it is number 11, Colin Buteau. Buteau now into the front court, or the offensive field zone. It just is easier. Now another whistle, and they're gonna give it back to the Red Knights, and I, honest to goodness, wish I could explain why. No clue. All right, now Red Knights with it. That is Dylan Popane. 9-1 lead with 7:20 to go. Now Popane, top of the key, number 8, Charlie Thorpe. Loses it momentarily. Anderson recovers at the 35 on that far side. Good defensive perimeter by New Prague as they're keeping Anderson far away from the scoring zone. Now behind the net. 21, Langevin. Langevin puts the move on, coming in, and he gets pushed out. Now they'll ring it around. Parker to Trope. Trope now to the near side, Popane, and he'll try the left flank. He'll try to drive the middle. Now he gets pushed back. Good defense by New Prague. That is not their issue. Shot and a save by Garrick. Rebound in front. Ball still loose, and Garrick Berg comes away with it. Nice defense by New Prague. Check the clock. 6:30 to go in quarter number 3. Now Garrick, rather than rush it down last time, you can't really get away with that 2 times in a row. But Garrick Berg, boy, he was on the doorstep there the last time. I'm still thinking about it. Now New Prague with it. Into the offensive zone, that's Carson Myers, and he's able to hold on to the possession. And this is where New Prague has struggled. And just to hold on to it is now Hayden Ung. Ung's now loses it. Good defense by the Red Knights, and they come away with it momentarily. Still ding with shot. Boy, number 24, the Red Knights, Nick Capo, just tough as nails. New Prague, though, gets it right back. That's a change. They have the ball, 5:40 to go, quarter number 3. They're down 8. And they are a good team, 9-3 in the Metro West Conference. But of course, they're playing the Red Knights, and there is another level of talent in the state league. And now New Prague with it. On the far side, number 1, Leighton Shribner. Rotates to the top of the key, Colin Buteau. Buteau inside, shot, and goes wide left. That was a nifty play. I love that. The pass and the shot. And the miss. And now New Prague retains possession. Rushing to the near side. That's number 33. Anthony Perkins. He's the one that took that pass and made the shot. And now Perkins with it. So New Prague now sustaining a little bit of half-court offense here, and now rushing from the other side and getting it out safely to Schreibner. And now the top of the key, that's Will Schmidt. Spin move, and he loses control, and the double team defense and the interception by Jack Bourget. And into the far zone with the long stick, his shot. He tried to pass it, and I think that's where the long stick interfered. He tried to get it to a short pass to Popane and thought better of it, or the ball couldn't get out of his basket. And that's where the long stick, I think, hinders short passes. It's just too, and it got stuck, I think, because it had such a long stick. Got stuck in his basket there. Took the shot and went wide. And now, meanwhile, New Prague on the offensive zone, and now the give up to Esco, and now he's gonna rush it down. And all these goaltenders, you gotta feel for them right there. Stuck in their little cage, literally, and when they get a chance to rush out, it's gotta feel like freedom. And oftentimes it gets them in trouble because obviously it leaves the net unattended, and if something unforeseen happens, it can backfire in a hurry. All right, now New Prague down 8 with 3:45 to go into the offensive zone. That's number 6, Hayden Ungs. Now Ungs, the captain, gets it to number 5. That is Braith. Now to 15, Myers. And now New Prague. They're starting to show a little more stability here on the offensive zone in the half-court offense. Now with it, number 6, Ungs. He'll backtrap behind the net, try to put the move on, and just the defense of the Red Knights. They're just relentless. It is the the red curtain? Alluding to the Soviet Union and the steel curtain, the red curtain, and now a miscue. It's gonna go all the way back, and that's an over and back, much like basketball, and the turnover for the Red Knights. And now with it, that's Hunter Payer, number 5, quick pass intended for number 22, Bourget, misses the mark, and now New Prague retains possession, outlet pass, almost connects, and now the turnover back in their defensive zone, almost trouble, and they just saved as number 21 came up with it, Langevin, and he was looking to score, and the Trojans, just enough defense there to push him back, and now he gives it up to Sky Rolled as he rushes in. 2.5 minutes and counting in quarter number 3. Rolled now, looking, center, and his shot was deflected by the long stick of New Prague. Goes out of bounds, and the Red Knights retain possession. With it, number 16. Vanderlinde now behind the net to number 21, Langevin. To Hunter Payer. Now Anderson. To Dylan Parker, now Vanderlinde again. Around the horn we go, he comes in, he's got an opening, and he finds it. He threads the needle in the upper left-hand corner, and what a shot by Holton Vanderlinde, the sophomore midfielder. Big time, sharp shooting shot as he was on the run too, looks left, fires left, and finds that upper left-hand corner to beat the goaltender for New Prague, Garrett Berg, and now we're at 10-1, and that goal comes with exactly 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. And back to midfield and the center circle face-off. That's New Prague's number 29, Cooper Diaz, just an 8th grader. He wins that one. You know, New Prague, they've won enough of the face-offs to be competitive. They've been pretty good on defense, actually stellar considering the Red Knights scored 20-something goals just last night. They've kept them to 10 late here in the 3rd quarter. It's just on the offensive end. They are altogether a great defensive lacrosse team, but the half-court offense, and that might not even be their ability, it's more about the Red Knights defense, and I keep bringing it up, but it's truly critical to their success. All right, now New Prague with 1:16 and counting in quarter number 3. And look at the defense this time, displayed by number 13, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. And now coming away with it is number 24, that's Judah Johnson-Nixon. Brother to brother on defense. Now Judah rushes in, and the pass in front intended for number 21, Langevin, just misses the mark. But the big guy was rolling down the center of the field, and the Johnson-Nixon brothers are dynamite on the defensive end. And now here comes Garrett Berg. He rushed out before. Here he comes again. Or excuse me, that's number 47, not the goaltender. That's Alex Nelson all the way in, and his underhanded shot as he rushed the length of the field was off the mark. But New Prague will retain possession with 41.8 seconds behind the net. That is number 9 for the Trojans, Toby Blees, the junior attacker. Now New Prague will set up their offense with 27 seconds remaining and counting. The waning moments of quarter number 3. And a good chance to remind you, you are watching ParkTV 16 Sports streaming live on YouTube as number 15, Myers tries to find, and now the miscue and the turnover, unforced error, gives the ball back to the Red Knights with 8.9 seconds and the length of the field. Big outlet pass, misses the mark. It was intended for number 15, John Robbins. And now deep in the zone with 1 second remaining. And before he can get the shot off, Dave Langevin, the signal emerges to conclude quarter number 3. So after 3 quarters complete, that's a score 10-1. Stay tuned for quarter number 4 in the final.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. Of course, we are on the campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's, bringing you boys Metro West Lacrosse, New Prague visiting Benilde, the final regular season for both teams. The Trojans 9-3 in the Metro West Conference. The Red Knights 11-1 atop, and they have the ball. Look at Sky rolled, level the left forehand, but then the defensive play by number 42, Connor Williams, and that has been a microcosm, and now a turnover and the interception by the Red Knights, Nick Capo. Now Capo, the long stick, takes the shot. Why shouldn't he with a 10-1 lead? Wow, bang, bang, bang play as he just lets it fly, and Garrick Berg just got his basket on it. And it goes out of bounds and stops the clock with 11:35 to go, and the Red Knights now with it on offense. 9-goal lead. Sections coming up next week. ParkTV 16 Sports. We're scheduled to bring you at least 1 or 2 in the playoffs for the Red Knights. Not only the boys, but possibly the girls as well. They are perennial favorites for the state tournament, as the Red Knights have won 2 out of the last 3 years. They lost last year, so you gotta think they want to get that title back. They were going for the three-peat. And meanwhile, back here, the action is 11:03, clock remaining, and with it behind the net for the Red Knights, number 21, David Langevin. Now the top of the key, Dylan Popane. He's got 2 on the night, and he whips that bounce shot and a deflection and a nice save by the goaltender for the Trojans, Garrick Berg. He's had a nice night in nets. He's a very good goaltender. Despite giving up those 10 goals, that's actually a great output or a great defensive effort by New Prague. If you look at the number of goals the Red Knights typically score. And now we're in the 4th quarter, and they've just reached double digits. That is a victory for New Prague. And now they come right in on the doorstep. There is Judah Johnson-Nixon with the defense. He had a nice sprint late in the 3rd quarter, along with his brother, Raphael Johnson-Nixon. They are a formidable brother pair on defense, and now New Prague looking for some kind of offense here as we approach the 10-minute mark in quarter number 4. Nice ball rotation, the best I've seen tonight by New Prague. Now Buteau, and there's a miscue just on the basic passing. And if I have one comment, which I've probably alluded to before, it's just New Prague just unable to get closer in. And that is a testament to the defense. Defense wins championships. And that's just as true in lacrosse as just about any other sport. And now the return pass. That was supposed to be the give and go between number 2, Murphy, and Hunter Payer, and it was good defense again by New Prague. They've got a great defensive squad. They keep demonstrating it moment after moment here. Now rushing in is number 16 for Benilde, Vander Linde behind the net as he gives it up to 21, Langevin. Now at the top of the key, Sky rolled, comes in with the left-handed shot, deflected in front, and taking it, almost pickpocketing it away from him, is New Prague. How he got that ball, I'd almost have to see the replay. But now New Prague into the offensive zone, and this is where they're best in transition. If they allow the Red Knights defense to set up, yeah, there he lets the shot go, and I thought that was a wise decision despite the unsuccess of it. You needed to go. That was number 47, Alex Nelson. If you let the Red Knight defense set up shop, that is not going to work well for New Prague. So good for them to take that shot. Now they will have to penetrate the half-court defense of New Prague. 8:43 to go. Rushing with it and then pulling up is number 3, Will Schmidt. Now on the far side, number 5 is Braith. He takes a shot, gets deflected around, and the Trojans retain possession. Less now than 8.5 minutes to go in quarter number 4. Final regular season game for both these Metro West rivals. Now pass, quick shot. And that was a nice play, a bang bang shot, this time taken by Hayden Breath right there. And it was one-on-one with the goaltender. He was a little far out, and of course, the very experienced goaltender, Axel Esko, the senior, just been stellar in nets. I haven't mentioned him much. He hasn't faced a lot of shots, but he has done very well when he has, and he's also incredibly instrumental to the success of this Red Knight team, the senior goaltender. And he has waited his turn. I don't think he played much in goal. I can't remember who the goaltenders have been. But on a Red Knight team, you gotta wait your turn. Okay, now, and New Prague, again, miscues, and that's gonna be an over and back as it comes across the midfield stripe. And now with it is number 10 for the Red Knights, that's Vinny Vanetti. And he'll give it up to Hunter Payer. Payer now, top of the key, to sky rolled. 7:21 remaining, rolled with it at the 40, and he'll take his time. 9-goal lead, and now they're waiting for Jack Anderson coming off the sideline. As you can do free substitutions here. Now rolled, spin move, found some space, but getting help on defense nicely there was number 47, Alex Nelson. Now the shot and a goal by number 23 for the Red Knights, Jack Anderson, and not a nifty goal that was. He put the move on and then went to his right side, and then from the side angle, he actually went high up into that right-hand corner. And those are all the variables that a goaltender has to face, right? Is the guy gonna shoot right, left? Is he gonna go sidewind and go low with it and bounce it? He's gonna go high, and that's all from within, what, 15 feet? And they're firing these balls at, I don't know what the miles per hour, but it's gotta be upwards towards 100, for sure. But that's goal number 11, 11-1. We got 3 bones on the scoreboard. 2 bones for Benilde, 11-1 for New Prague, and following the face-off at midfield, the Red Knights have it again, and there's the goaltender, Esko. Heck, he's got a 10-goal lead. What does he care? He comes in, oh my goodness, and the pass intended for number 29 was Ray Urhot, an 8th grader, and he took a cross check from behind. Welcome to high school varsity lacrosse, Mr. Verhoet. My goodness, watch this. Oh my gosh, they brought the clothesline on him. But he's up and he's fine, and he's an 8th grader, and he has got to be loving the fact that he is out there getting great experience. All right, now Red Knights play continues with their 10-run lead, 10-score lead. 6:09 remaining, now behind the net. That's number 8 with it. Charlie Thorpe, now to the near side. In is Owen Geerton. And behind the net to number 16 is Vanderholte. Vanderholte comes in on that far side, speed, and the quick shot taken by number 29, Urhot, who just took that shot. And that would have been a great comeuppance for Urhot if the 8th grader had gotten that goal after taking that cross check from behind. He's gonna feel that tomorrow morning, I almost guarantee you. All right, 5.5 minutes to go. Clock stopped actually at 5:34. Red Knights in that far corner as they'll trot out with it, the long stick. And that is number 22 as he's off to the races, Jack Bourget. Now head pass to Dylan Popane. Now in the far corner. Red Knights with it. Cruising to their 12th victory with 1 defeat. Behind the net, 21, Langevin. And now way back out at top at the 45, Sky rolled. He'll rush in from the point guard position, gets pushed back. Nice, oh, I want to come up with a phrase for that type of pass. And I gotta, one day I'll come up with it. I can't quite figure it out. It's sort of, you rush to the right, you draw on the defender, and then you turn your body and you flip it back. All right, now number 5 with it. Hunter Payer in the goal, and Payer can score I was going to mention that earlier. He is a prolific goal scorer. He's been very quiet in this match. And even in some of the other matches, I've been able and fortunate to broadcast. But look at the spin move as he totally shed the defender, put him on his backside, and Hunter Payer, number 5, brings the Red Knights to a 12-1 lead. I think the mercy rule is 12 goals, but it's pretty academic at this point. 4:46 and remaining. Back to midfield, and the face-off is picked up by number 2, Riley Murphy. And now we have a timeout late in the match. And I think it was taken by the Red Knights. And there is the conference. And I mentioned the only loss by the Red Knights is to Bloomington Jefferson. And there they are with a 5-0 conference leading. And it looks like unless Jefferson has one more game in the conference and loses, and even then a tie atop would probably go to Jefferson. They're going to be the conference champions. And that is a huge surprise. The Red Knights lost to them way back in April, 8-9, and that's going to cost the Red Knights the conference championship. I don't know if they give out trophies for that. I know they did when I was in high school, way back when. And I don't know if that matters as much as it maybe used to. And there is Frisbee. And if I had a program, I would start telling you who's playing and what the score is. But it's not Benilde 12, New Prague 1. That's our lacrosse. But there is an up-and-coming sport, and it does look like fun, doesn't it? It's kind of a form of lacrosse and every other sport as well. And if you love throwing frisbees, that looks like a lot of fun. It's almost like flag football, except with the frisbee, I guess, would be my next thought. All right, back to why we're here. And there is midfield of Red Knight Stadium's lacrosse football field. And following the timeout, I'm not sure which franchise, which team took it. I think the Red Knights took it, maybe just to settle things down. They were substituting, and I don't think it's a bad idea to ever take a timeout to coach these kids up at any stage, despite the fact that they have a commanding lead here, up 11. Now with the ball, sky rolled, comes in, threads the needle, and he scores it. 12-13 won our score. That comes with 4:20 remaining, and sky rolled, split the defense, took a couple shots along the way, found some space, and let that shot fly. And it's 13-1. And maybe the mercy rule is now in effect, although the clock is stopped at 4:20 remaining in the last and fourth quarter. All right, back to the center circle. And the face-off, quick whistle is going to give the ball to the Red Knights, and that's number 11, Brady Marcus with it. Now Marcus will start it off. Play underway. On the far side to number 15, Holton Vanderlinde. Now behind the net to Hunter Payer. Loses it momentarily, but he scoops it up. He'll careen around that far corner, now off the sideline, coming in to accept the pass with Jack Anderson. Now to the top of the key. That is number 8 with it. That is Charlie Thorpe. He turns around now to number 29, Ray Urhot. He took a shot earlier. I'm going to keep an eye on Urhot. He's my new favorite player. Just an 8th grader out there. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of him in the years to come. The coach thinks enough of him to put him out there. Now here comes Urhot. He'll try to rush that point guard. Gives it up to the near side to Jack Anderson. Anderson now behind the net to Hunter Payer. 3:17 to go. 13-1 lead, New Prague. Almost a perfect season except for the one loss against the Jaguars of Jefferson, right down Highway 100, and now lost by Thorpe and a shot. And the ball is loose, and New Prague has it, and they are in the open space with it. Number 47 with the ball, Alex Nelson. Boy, I think they got to go right in the minute they slow up and they allow the defense. I kept saying it, and I hate to keep repeating myself, but it's what I'm seeing there. And if I was New Prague, boy, you are in the open. You want to try to score in transition against the Red Knights. That's the only place where I feel they're vulnerable, is on the turnover, and then it's almost like a fast break. You can't have the fast break in numbers and then pull up shop Got to go right in and take your shot. Now with it, the Red Knights behind and in the far corner, number 21, Langevin. As they wind it around to the top of the key. And rushing it is Vanderlinde, and he's got it. Holton Vanderlinde, the sophomore, puts the Red Knights now up 14-1, and now we are in running time as they are going to continue to run the clock. 2 minutes and counting. And there is Vanderlinde. What a night for him, the sophomore. Prolific on offense, and the Red Knights in their customary winning position here as the clock winds down at home. And for the seniors, this is what they've been playing for more than anybody. They didn't win the state championship. I think they lost the championship game after winning it 2 consecutive years. And now the real season's gonna begin, and ParkTV 16 Sports, we're gonna be bringing it to you, hopefully for most of it, if not all of it, in the sections. And now New Prague putting the pressure on with 1:16 to go and hitting the deck for the Red Knights, number 20, Nick Capo. And New Prague forces a turnover deep in the Red Knight zone as they look for their second goal here with a minute remaining. Now the pass around the horn, top of the key for New Prague, number 3, Will Schmidt. Now rushing that far side, Carson Myers for the Trojans. He loses it in front, and it's backed around and picked up by number 13 for the Red Knights. That's Raphael Johnson-Nixon. And now Esco, the goaltender, has it as he'll back up behind the net, flip it out, almost a turnover in front, and it is, and the shot, and Esco. Actually, that was number 14 who's in nets. Josh Imms, the sophomore. I didn't realize they put him in there, and he went behind the net. He passed it, and it was turned over, and he was just able to get back in front of the net. And he gives up that goal. And that's almost poetic justice, isn't it? He was playing with fire going out of the net, and he paid the price by giving up goal number 2 as the clock runs out, and here's that replay. Nice spin move. Actually, he didn't even look, and what a great shot. I got to give him kudos. Hayden Ungs, the junior attacker captain, scores the final goal of the match. And so for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with our production at ParkTV 16 Sports, our final score, 14-2. My name is Robert Christensen. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. We'll see you again. Have a great night.